Hi everyone! Well, you guys know how much I love growing strawberries in my garden. The flavor is absolutely out of this world. And a lot of you grow them with me too. We talk about it all the time in our community, how amazing it is to pick a fresh berry from your garden. Well, right now it's winter time, and I want to share with you today some winter care tips from strawberries, so that whether you live in a cold winter climate or in a mild climate like I do here in California, there are a few things you can do to take care of your strawberries over the winter time so that they survive and you have a jump start on your berry production for the spring. Now we're talking about two different types of people here for our winter care strawberry tips. First off, if you live in a cold winter climate where you get temperatures in the 20s, if you don't do anything to your strawberry plants, they could die and then no berries for the spring. Now if you live in a mild winter climate like we do here in Southern California, your risks are a lot less, but your strawberries can still definitely benefit from some winter care. The strawberry plants will start to go dormant as the temperatures cool off in the fall and winter. So what you'll notice is that your strawberry leaves will start to get brittle. This doesn't mean that they're dead, it just means they're taking a nice long winter's nap. So first of all, let's talk about the people who live in the north, where temperatures drop well below freezing into the 20s or lower during the winter time. If you don't protect your strawberries in those kind of temperatures, most likely they'll die over the winter time. So if you're growing them in a container in a northern climate, what you can do is move your container or your tower up against your house, or ideally you can put them in an unheated garage, and you can cover them with an old quilt or a frost blanket just to protect them from the cold. Because if you don't, they're going to die and then you won't have your nice berries in the springtime. Now if you're growing your strawberry plants in ground in a cold winter climate, they'll definitely need protection from the cold so they don't die. So you're going to want to mulch your plants with several inches. Here I've got shredded leaf mulch. You can also use straw, but the colder your temperatures get, the heavier you're going to need to mulch your plants. So I would suggest at least 2 to 3 inches of mulch around the base of your plants to help protect them from the cold so they survive the winter. So that's the scenario for you northern gardeners. For you southern gardeners in mild winter climates where you rarely get a frost or only get light frosts, your strawberry plants will survive just fine without winter protection. But you will definitely get some benefits in the springtime by pruning and fertilizing your plants. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to prune back all of these dead, brittle leaves and then fertilize our plants to help give them a jump in the spring. So I'm just going to go through here and trim all the dead leaves off. Now strawberry plants really benefit from a good pruning. You can see there's tons of dead growth here, but trimming off all the dead growth will help protect the plants over the winter time and really send all the energy into brand new growth once the weather warms up. And you'll notice here how the strawberry leaves turn a nice red color as the weather is colder. I think it looks really pretty. It's about as much fall color as we get here in Southern California. So I'm just finishing up the pruning here of my strawberry plants, and wow, they look so much better already. Now strawberries grow best between 60 and 80 degrees. That's when you're going to get the most berries out of them. So I want my plants to be ready because we do have those warm days here in California. What I'm going to do next to get my plants ready to produce is to fertilize them. So here I'm giving them a handful of the vermis worm castings, which will give them a really nice good boost. And I'm also going to add a handful of compost to the top of my strawberry crate towers. So I made this compost right here in my own garden, and I just love feeding my plants with my own black garden gold. So really help jumpstart them and give them a nice start in the spring, or really help them on the winter days. Now as I'm adding compost and worm castings, I'm going to leave a little bit of space around the crown of the strawberry plant. You don't want to cover that up, because then the strawberry won't have room to breathe, and it grows much better if the crown is left uncovered. See, the crown here is just at the base of the plant. You can see tiny little roots coming out there. The plants in here are actually getting just a little bit crowded, so as the spring approaches, I'll be spreading these plants out so they have more room to grow. Next step I'm going to do to help take care of my plants this winter time is add some liquid fertilizer, adding the vermis worm castings, all the good beneficial bacteria and microbes to keep my plants healthy over the winter time. And I'm also adding some good dirt plant food, which has a higher nitrogen to encourage the green leafy growth of the plants on those warm winter days. So we're just gonna mix it up and pour it on, and then we'll be done. So I'll just pour this over my plants and let it soak down through the towers. And even if you're overwintering your plants indoors in a cold winter climate, you do want to keep the soil evenly moist, not waterlogged, but you definitely don't want the roots to dry out or your plants will die. Well, I am so glad that I'm taking care of my strawberries this winter time, because I cannot wait to have those nice juicy strawberries come springtime. In fact, you know what? Here's a little strawberry right here. It's gonna be so yummy to pick come springtime. So whether you live in a cold winter climate or a mild winter climate, comment below and let me know whether you have strawberries growing in your garden and you're gonna do these winter care tips for nice, yummy strawberries in the spring. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.